I'm Dana, and it's time for this week's question, and it comes from Samreen, and she writes, I have a 5-month-old that needs to be rocked or nursed for both bedtime and naps. I've tried putting her down just drowsy, but as soon as she touches the crib, she wakes up fully and starts to cry. I pick her up, I get her drowsy, I put her down, she starts to cry, and this can go on and on for hours. What should I do? That's a great question, and I was noticing in the blog that it was coming up quite frequently, so I hope this solves a lot of problems for people. And for some babies, and that's the beauty of all of us, is that we're all very unique, and not every solution is going to work exactly the same for every baby. And a lot of the times you can put a baby down drowsy, not fully asleep yet, but just sort of in that first light stage or two, and they figure out how to put the pieces together, and they start to become successful independent sleepers. It's just you gave them the clues that they needed to figure this out, and they start to sleep great. And if that's the case, awesome. But for some babies, drowsy is just not good enough. And again, I always explain it as if you think of sleep as a journey, and A, you're awake, and way over here is B, and how you get yourself from A to B is what becomes the tricky part. And if you rock a baby, say 80% of that journey, and then put them down and sort of hope that they do the last 10 or 20% on their own, that can be confusing. And what can happen then is either they go to sleep, but then for every wake up in the night, they want you to come in and do the 80% and they'll do the 20. And that doesn't really solve your night waking issue. Or they wake up they wake fully up as soon as you get them to the crib, and they're angry because you didn't finish the job. So I think in your case, Samreen, you've got a baby who's just not putting the pieces together that way, and you're going to have to back right up from the beginning. And in these cases, I tell parents, eliminate the word drowsy from your vocabulary altogether. Don't even go there. Just do your bedtime routine, bath, story, jammies, a feeding, keep the baby awake through the feeding, kiss and a hug, and right into the crib, awake. Okay, so start to tell yourself that your baby needs to go into the crib wide awake. Okay, so that he can start to figure out how does he make that journey from A to B without any assistance from you whatsoever. And that's going to eliminate this, up and down thing that's going on here for hours. It's not going to eliminate the crying at the beginning, because this baby needs to figure out, how do I do this right from start to finish on my own? And he's just going to have to practice that until he's mastered those skills. But I think that'll cut your frustration down considerably. And once he learns the skill, then he's going to become a really great sleeper. Okay, so thanks a lot for that question, and sleep well.